Hello everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. Last time I could have sworn I saved right before, well, during the pre-trial prep, so I don't know why I'm automatically in the trial itself right now. So yeah, anyway, last time we completed our investigation into the whole, like, Sakura Ogami death thing, and it's looking like they're not giving me another chance to check my skills. Can I check them right here? No, school story. Okay, no. I guess I could do chapter select, but apparently not. From right there anyway. Okay, well then, alright, looks like we're going directly into the trial. Cool. I mean, it says, yeah, I left off on pre-trial prep.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results.
Well, shame we're not getting the court is now in session animation, but alright, well then. Let's go over the truth bullets. I really hope my skills are set then. They're probably still the same. But alright, yeah, the Monokuma file, victim, Sakura Ogami, time of death, 12 noon, by discovered in the rec room, 3rd floor. Yep, strong evidence of a strong blow to the victim's head. No other injuries were noted, but she did suffer from violent vomiting of blood. Rec room door. A chair had been jammed against the door to block access from the outside. I believe the killer did that to create a locked room scenario. Status of Sakura's body. Blood on her mouth. So yeah, she did vomit blood. And yeah, she was seated, slumped forward in the chair. Magazine shelf. Blood stained. Blood was found in front of the magazine rack. Polka dot candy wrapper. Hina, yeah, had given this to, Sakura. And because Hina was the only one that had this candy, like, she didn't give it to anyone else. Only Sakura. Glass shards on the floor. There were Monokuma bottles. These glass shards were found around the scene of the crime. Monokuma figure was on the floor. And he's holding a knight. Monokuma bottles. Yeah, these are Monokuma bottles that are seated on the shelf there. They're all holding chess pieces. An empty protein drink was found on the floor. Over where the glass was broken. So yeah. Locker handprint. There was a handprint inside the locker. And yeah, like, we saw that the locker was open when we were outside, you know, looking in. And we saw the state that Sakura was in. Hina's account. Apparently Sakura wanted to meet with Toko, Byakuya, and Hiro in the rec room at noon. Byakuya's account. He claimed that he did receive the note, but he never met with her. We have Toko's account. And she said that she did receive a note, but she never met with her. And then we have pocket trash, not related to pocket sand. This fell out of Hiro's pocket. It's a piece of paper with red polka dots on it. Interesting. We have yellow powder. Yellow powder was found on Sakura's foot. We have Kyoko's examination summary. Yep. Sakura actually suffered 2 blows to the head, not 1, and no blood was found on her hands. We have the Monokuma bottle experiment. We weighed the shards of glass on the floor, and they were heavier than a normal Monokuma bottle. We have the magazine dying message. Apparently Toko's name was written in blood. We have the chem lab shelf. Apparently a poison was found with the supplements in section A. Source of the powder. Apparently some yellow powder from a poison bottle was found on the floor in the chem lab. And then footprints in the powder. We don't know whose footprints these are, but they're clearly not Makoto's. His feet are much too big. Alright, let's go. And then just act like the class trial again. Okay, and now let's begin with a basic explanation of class trials. Your votes will determine the results.
If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Now then, where to begin?
We already know who did it.
Whoa, deja vu.
The one who killed Sakura is one of the people that hated her. Byakuya, Toko, or Hiro. It was one of you.
Idiot.
I had nothing to do with it.
Yeah! I'd never kill someone, no way!
I don't want to hear your stupid excuses.
Hina seems really sure that one of those three is the killer, but she must have some reason for believing that. Okay. I have to get used to the fact that her first name is actually Aoi, but I like calling her Hina.
was one of
Rolls
you.
off the tongue better.
One of you killed Sakura.
And what reason do you have for saying so?
Because you all had a motive. You hated her.
Is that it? That doesn't make any sense.
That's the only reason you have her accusing us?
That's low. That's about as low as you could get.
There's got to be some reason why Hina feels so strongly, and I guess you could say that it's her own account.
You hated her.
I mean, yeah, they all did kind of not like her. I mean, you know, I wouldn't say hate,
That's the only reason you have
but that's not the only reason.
No, it's wrong. Another reason you suspect them is because Sakura wanted to meet with them, right?
Yeah, and that was right before she died. So there's no doubt about it. One of those three killed her.
I can't disagree with Hina. There's good reason to suspect all three of them. Then does that mean one of them did it? Oh, wow, we're just cutting right to the chase this time. Alright. Footprints on the power status of Sakura's body and pocket trash. Sha-sha-sha! I'm gonna keep making that Dale Gribble joke every time. I'm sorry.
With all three of them? There's no way that's not suspicious. One of you is absolutely guilty.
I don't deny that she wanted to meet with us, but I never went to see her.
I didn't either.
Yeah, same here. I never saw her.
Come on. There's no way none of you went. At least one of you is lying.
Those three were definitely contacted, but they claim they never went to see Sakura. But I don't think that's true. One of them is definitely lying. And yeah, we kind of have a little, like, you know, we can infer this based off the fact that we saw some pocket trash fall out of Homeboy's pocket.
I don't deny that she wanted to meet with us,
Because
but
why would he have a wrapper that looks very similar to the candy that Hina only gave
Yeah, same
to
here.
Sakura?
I never s-
No, that's wrong. Hiro, when we were talking before, you dropped a small piece of paper, remember? It was white with red polka dots.
What's that got to do with anything?
Red polka dots? That's gotta be the wrapper from the candy I gave Sakura.
No, it's,
Ever since we got into the warehouse, I totally monopolized that entire box of candy.
I'm sorry, I'm just proud that she knows what monopolized means. Because they try to, like, sort of cast her as the little ditzy character for the majority of the game, but just seeing her use a big word like that, it gives me a warm, fuzzy feeling.
So there's no way a single one of them was left in the warehouse.
In that case, Hiro, where did you get that piece of candy?
From Sakura! It's the only explanation.
well, I mean, yeah, sure I got it from her, but she gave it to me forever ago. It doesn't have anything to do with what happened to her.
When? When did she give it to you?
The last time you saw Sakura was when Hina had to go to the nurse's office, right?
Yeah, so I must have got it sometime before then.
But what Hiro said can't be right. Because Sakura could have only gotten the candy after the incident in the nurse's office. And the reason I know that is... Sakura loved candy too much to share. But no, when Sakura got that candy. Because Hina told us she gave it to her to calm her down after the incident.
Hina didn't actually give Sakura the candy till after she left the nurse's office. So if that was the last time you saw her, there's no reason you should have had that candy.
Damn it. I mean, what I meant was, Oh, right! I did meet up with her in the rec room. You got a problem with that?
Why the sudden hostility?
But we just talked, that's all. I didn't do anything, you gotta believe me.
You're acting incredibly suspicious.
You're acting incredibly suspicious.
More hostility.
It's not just normal hostility. You're the real culprit. I even have proof.
Huh? Proof? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about her shining message.
The shining message. What would a shining message even
At the
be?
scene of the crime, she had written out Toko in her own blood, right? It was her dying message. Just like what you guys were talking about with Sayaka.
That's true. I saw it for myself.
See? See? Toko did it!
What are you saying? No way! I didn't do it!
You just don't know when you're beat, do you?
Hiro, hold on. When did you see that dying message of hers?
Exactly.
Well, when we found Ogre's body. Duh.
But if you recall, Hina was very adamant about keeping you away from the scene of the crime. So it's hard to believe that's when you actually saw the message for yourself.
Well, I mean, he's clairvoyant. Huh? Hold on. But when Kyoko found the magazine with the dying message in it, it was on the magazine shelf.
Kyoko, you found the magazine on the magazine shelf, right?
That's right. Looking through the shelf, I found the magazine with the dying message on it. I found it right there at the scene of the crime, after we'd started the investigation.
If that's true, then what Hiro just said doesn't really make sense, does it?
Doesn't make sense? What doesn't make sense? Everything I said makes perfect sense.
No, there's an obvious problem with what Hiro said before.
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it out, I saw her final words.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense.
No, there's definitely something wrong with what Hiro said just now. And let me go over magazine dying message again just to make sure. Something tells me I might have to suck up something Kyoko said, but I just want to make absolutely sure. Magazine dying message. On the magazine shelf, one magazine had been put back upside down. Inside this magazine, Toko's name had been written in blood. Assume that whoever wrote it used their finger to do so. But then wasn't the status of the body also another, like, truth bullet I could use there? Where it says, like, she didn't have... No. That was Kyoko's examination. No blood was found on either hand.
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying
Status
message.
and dying
When Ogre's
message.
body was discovered.
And I can tell you when I found the dying. It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf.
No, I didn't mean to do that. I thought I was sucking it up. I pressed the wrong button there.
Shoot!
Yeah, I'm sorry, Kyoko. I actually didn't know what I was doing there.
I can tell
What
you
is it?
exactly when I found
Yeah, there we
the
go. What?
dying
Did I
message.
accidentally press X?
When Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you it was only after the. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf.
But no way. Why would I use
When I pulled it
magazine
out,
shelf?
I saw her final words.
No, yeah, no. I would use the
What I said makes
other
total
one.
sense.
Yeah, like Kyoko saying when she found it.
I can tell you exactly when I found the when Ogre's
I
body
guess.
was discovered.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message, it was only after the investigation had begun.
I found the magazine when I pulled it out.
I'm gonna give this a shot.
Makes total sense. I can tell you exactly when I found the ogre's body was discovered.
Crap. Okay, wait. So I have to find a way to refute what he said. Oh, duh. Oh, no, I had the right idea at first.
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message.
Because he found the dying message when the body was discovered, but the dying message, like, Kyoko didn't screw up with the crime scene. So how could he see something that was on a magazine? Why did that happen again? No, I pressed trying. Or is it because I wasn't holding it?
Only after the
No.
investigation, I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it out,
What I said makes total sense.
Okay, just cycling through again. I am screwing up very badly.
ogre's body was discovered.
There we go. Okay. Alright. Cool, the logic was there.
When Sakura's body was found, that magazine was sitting on the shelf nearby. That's where Kyoko found it, after we'd begun the investigation. And you weren't at the murder scene, so there's no way you could have seen it then. Tell us the truth, Hiro. When did you see the message?
Hold on. You're focusing on the wrong part. Why does it matter when I saw it? All you gotta do is read the Vienna sausage Ogre left us, and we know who
my
the killer
God.
is. Toko!
I don't even know where to begin with that one.
I know, right?
He's just trying to confuse us.
actually, can we even be sure Sakura wrote that message in the first place?
Yeah? I think we can all agree Ogre wrote that message. 100%, without a doubt, she wrote it. And this is me talking, so you know it's true.
Well, there's a 20% chance it's true, just saying. Without a doubt. No, absolutely do doubt it. There's no way Sakura wrote that message. I actually gotta do that? I could've just... Oh, God, no. Alright. Let me refresh.
Show me the proof.
Let me refresh on the controls here. Alright. Lock on. Attack. There we go. Okay, got
I'm
it.
at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap.
Don't talk about the occult like that.
The end is nigh. Show me the
That's a
proof.
good game.
I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. The end is nigh. Can't hear you, can't hear you. Conspiracy. The end is nigh. Can't hear you, can't hear you. Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right.
I screwed up so bad. Oh my God, that was awful. That was awful. That was so bad. Well, this is what a game over is like. Yeah, nobody believes me. Nobody wants to hear what I have to say. I don't know how we got to that from that, but whatever. Well, we come to the end of the debate. Well, then the class trial is officially adjourned. Now it's time to reveal who's the Blacken. It would appear that the one with the most votes is Makoto. However, Makoto is not the Blacken. Too bad. Looks like the real killer gets to graduate. Congratulations to them. Oh, gratulations. I see what they did there. On the other hand, everyone else must now be punished.
Is this really the end for all of...
What do you say? Want to give it another shot? Yeah.
I refuse to give up yet.
And there's actually not a custom animation where everybody gets executed. Unfortunately, that would have been a nice touch, but alas, 'tis the game. So yeah, my ranking for this is going to be god-awful. It sucks when I can't really hear the tempo.
Right.
I can't believe I got this. I hate myself. Whatever. This is about to be a bad ranking. I need to figure out the sound issue for this, like, immediately. I know a way to hear the audio without... Wait a minute, I think I do have a way.
I'm completely unconvinced that Sakura wrote that dying message.
Give me a second here. Alright, upon further examination, my workaround would involve me having to end the recording and possibly reset my PS4, and I'm lazy, so I'll just deal with this going forward. Yeah, I just do things the ghetto way, where I just have my TV lower than what my mic can pick up, and just go from there. Not a good idea when rhythm games are involved, but what are you gonna do? I've always done things like that, and I don't really have a super amazing headset to go into the optical port and all that jazz. So yeah, I just make do with this, and it works for the the most part. But occasionally you can hear like echoes for certain games. But it is what it is. Oh yeah, I was in the system. All right, yeah, okay, we're back. Okay, I was kind of confused on what menu I was on. All right, we're good.
Because if you look at it, the message was almost certainly written using a finger, but both of her hands were completely free of blood.
Say what?
Then, who did write it?
Hiro could very well have written it himself. That would explain how he knew about the message in the first place.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Ah! He admits it!
I figured as much.
But why would you write something like that?
Because I killed her!
Oh, well, okay, looks like we're done with this trial. Boy, that was a quick one. You're admitting to killing her?
Please, just let me explain what happened. I got Ogre's note, and so I headed to the rec room right before noon, just like it said.
You just did exactly as the note asked? What a fool.
And when I got there...
Sorry, but do you mind waiting? I asked a couple of other people to meet as well. Okay. Would you like a piece of candy? It might help give you some energy. Oh, sure. Thanks.
And that's all she said. After that, we just stood around in awkward silence. Suddenly, I heard her mutter something.
This is it. I'm going to end it today. I'm going to end everything.
As soon as I heard that, I just knew. I knew she was gonna try and kill me. She was gonna kill me and make her escape. So of course I freaked out, and then... I saw my only chance. I grabbed the Monokuma bottle from the shelf and smashed it across her head. I hit her from behind before she had any idea what was happening. Then she just went limp. I didn't see her move again after that. Once it was over, I pulled myself together. I realized if I didn't do something, I'd be caught and executed. So I wrote Toko's name in blood across a magazine on the table and I ran away.
I can't believe you! You're the worst! I hope you die!
Well, that's what happened. Go ahead. Roast me, boil me, do whatever you want.
You're not gonna get off that easy. It's death. Death for the one that killed Sakura. We're ready to vote now, right? We know who did it.
No, I think there's more to Hiro's story.
What are you talking about? What else could there be?
There's one thing that Hiro's story just now doesn't explain. And until we figure that part out, we can't consider the case closed.
So what is it that Hiro did that doesn't make sense? Why the magazine was hidden? I mean, well, Sakura's finger, I guess, heat of the moment. Toko, just somebody to get the heat off of him, and that's a pretty short name right there. So yeah, why would you go to the effort to hide a magazine with a message in it?
That's true. Everything you just said. It doesn't explain why the magazine was hidden, does it?
Huh?
By the time the body was discovered, the magazine had been picked up and put on the shelf. Why would you take the time to write that message, then stick it somewhere we might not find it?
Oh, well, I didn't hide it. I'm sure I just left it sitting there on the table.
Really?
He's lying! He's gotta be be lying!
I don't see any reason he would lie now, after already confessing to the crime.
Then, he's not lying?
Assuming he's telling the truth, someone else must have put the magazine back on the shelf. In other words, at least one other person was in the rec room both before and after the incident.
I don't think there's any question about that.
But then, who was it?
If they went to the trouble of hiding the magazine, they must not have liked what was written on it.
Someone who wouldn't like what had been written. There's only one choice. Well, I mean, Kyoko, she wouldn't really care. Byakuya would love to think that Toko was a killer so that she would be executed, thus leaving him alone, so Toko wouldn't like to see Toko's name written in blood.
I got it! It had to be Toko, right? Who else would want to hide the magazine other than the person whose name was written on it?
Is he right, Toko? Did you really go to the rec room?
Why would I have... Wait! But more important, that doesn't even matter! We already know who did it, right? Hiro just admitted it!
That's right. I killed her.
No, you didn't.
Who asked you?
I don't doubt Hiro attacked Sakura with the bottle. But that's not where this case ends.
What do you mean?
What he means is that Hiro isn't the killer.
You can't be serious! That's just... I don't believe it!
Hiro, tell us what happened one more time. If we go through it once more, it should become clear he's not Sakura's killer.
So, what do you want me to do?
Just tell us what happened one more time when you attacked Sakura.
I don't really see why, but okay.
We haven't reached the end of the case just yet. Hiro isn't the real killer, and I have to prove that. Holy crap, that is a lot of stuff. Okay.
I didn't want to, but I did it. I grabbed a Monokuma bottle from the shelf nearby, and I hit Ogre from behind before she could do anything.
You hit her from behind. And you only hit her once, is that right?
Yeah, just once. After the first swing, the bottle shattered, and she went limp.
See? Isn't it obvious? Hiro really is the killer!
Okay, thank you for guiding me there a bit, Kyoko, because I was about to be confused for a second, but Hiro hit Sakura, that's for sure, but this doesn't end there. Because, yeah, with Kyoko's examination summary, we know that... Where is it? Right there, okay, can't see. Sakura suffered 2 blows to the head, not 1.
I grabbed a Monokuma and I hit Ogre from behind before she could do anything.
You hit her from behind.
Just getting some extra time
And
there.
you only hit her once, is that right?
Yeah, just once.
No, that's wrong.
So yeah, if you only hit her once, then how do we take into account the second blow to the
A
head?
single blow. That doesn't explain why she had 2 head wounds.
2?
That's right. She had 2 separate wounds on her head.
And remember, this girl examines dead bodies as a hobby. Personally, I'm inclined to believe her.
But I only hit her once. How could she have 2 wounds?
2 wounds means she was struck twice. What's more, both attacks must have come from a Monokuma bottle.
Hold on! How can you know that just from some cuts on her head? She was attacked twice with 2 Monokuma bottles?
It's not just because of her head wounds. It's also because of the Monokuma bottles themselves. There's something very suspicious about those bottles. Once you understand that point, you'll understand why 2 separate Monokuma bottles must have been used. Think back. After the incident, there were 4 Monokuma bottles left on the shelf, right? And we found pieces of a bottle on the ground, along with the chess piece it had inside.
That was the bottle Hiro hit Sakura with, right?
For now, just note that there were 4 intact bottles and 1 broken bottle. But originally, there were 6 bottles in total, meaning 1 has gone missing.
But how can you know for sure there were 6 bottles?
That's easy. If you look at what the bottles all had in common, it should become clear.
The correlation between the Monokuma bottles, I feel like it's starting to become clear. That connection must be... Okay, Hangman's Gambit. I'm going to need to look over the controls again. But yeah, I wonder how the... Oh, okay, yeah, this makes sense. But I just need the controls. Okay, yep, X to shoot letter or triangle, and then I can increase the speed or concentrate. Okay. Oh, these are going fast. Alright. But yeah, they're chess pieces. Kyoko even said that. Like, oh, yeah, it was holding a chess piece. So, I mean, we kind of already know that. I might actually have to concentrate on these. These are going pretty fast. But I'm not hitting anything by accident, so, I mean, there's that. Also, they do give you plenty of time.
Now I understand.
I wonder how hard this must be for Japanese audiences. I don't think
That's it.
chess
The
is
chess
huge over
pieces.
there. Maybe it is. I don't know. I mean, you usually just see them play Go or Shogi or things like that. But yeah, I don't really hear too much about chess being played over in Japan. I could be wrong, though. There might be a big chess scene over there, for all I know. Anyway, Makoto just said it. The chess piece.
Inside each bottle, there was a Monokuma figure holding a different chess piece.
King, rook, bishop, pawn. I definitely remember seeing each of those.
And the piece that was inside the broken bottle we found was the knight, if I remember.
So, what's that matter?
I guess you don't know too much about chess, do you? Then let me explain. In chess, there are 6 different pieces. The king, the queen, the rook, knight, bishop, and pawn. What was left intact at the crime scene were the king, rook, bishop, and pawn. Just those 4. And on the ground was the knight.
Oh, so the queen is missing.
So we only have evidence for 5 bottles at the scene, while 1 apparently went missing.
What does chess have to do with anything?
Yeah, shogi is way better.
Yeah. Wait, no, that's not what I mean. So, let's say a bottle did go missing. There's still no evidence that has anything to do with this case. That bottle could have disappeared any time before the murder.
No. It's clear that the missing bottle is connected to this case.
How is it clear?
Think about what state the missing bottle must have been in. Maybe then you'll understand.
Wait, then the bottle that was missing... Yes, it was a very excited bottle. Like, you could see it on its face. No, it was broken. Because that would explain
The bottle
why...
must have been
Well,
broken.
they'll get to it.
What makes you so sure?
Because there was evidence at the scene that supports it.
Huh?
That's right. We found evidence that shows there was more than just 1 broken bottle at the scene.
And what is this evidence?
It wasn't just a single broken bottle, and the evidence that proves that is the little experiment we did. Why was 1 bottle significantly heavier than the other?
Done!
Intact bottle.
Earlier, Kyoko and I did a little experiment. We compared the weight of the broken bottle pieces at the scene to one of the unbroken bottles. And what we found was that the collection of pieces was heavier. And the reason for that is... there was actually more than 1 bottle's worth of shattered glass.
So from this, we can surmise that 2 bottles were actually broken at the scene of the crime. But someone did their best to clean up the pieces of 1 of the bottles, along with the figure inside. But when they did, they must have left behind a few too many pieces. Which is only natural. They certainly had no way to measure the exact right number of pieces to remove.
But why would they have to try and get rid of it like that anyway?
Because of what it would reveal about the case.
There can be no doubt that the second missing Monokuma bottle is involved in this case. It must have been used by some bowling aficionados. No. But we know that Hiro was the first attacker, so it had to have been the second attacker.
The bottle that was removed from the scene was used the second time Sakura was attacked.
The second wound on Sakura's head came from that second bottle. Given all the evidence, this is the only possible conclusion.
The killer wanted to make it look like there was only one attack, so they had to get rid of their evidence.
From there, we can conclude that it wasn't Hiro who delivered that second blow. Wouldn't you agree, Toko? And there's the matter of the magazine. You must have been in the rec room when the incident took place.
Wait! I admit, maybe there was a second attack, but there's no evidence I had anything to do with it.
No way! You killed her! I'm sure of it!
Shut up! Until 2 seconds ago, you were claiming you killed her!
I'm not afraid to admit when I'm wrong. That's just the kind of guy I am.
Okay, that's actually legit funny right there.
Plus, I just remembered something that proves it.
Okay, fine. Let's hear it.
It was right after I got Ogre's note. I was kind of nervous about it, so I went to the rec room early. You know, to stake it out or whatever. So I was waiting there, and that's when I saw her. I saw Toko go into the rec room.
You did?
Pretty soon, Ogre showed up, and she went into the rec room. I assumed Toko was still in there, so I figured everything would be okay. That's why I headed in.
Also, that's a pretty major thing that you neglected to reveal until now, just saying.
But when I got inside, Ogre was all alone. Toko had disappeared.
And you just now decided to share that with us?
After the shock of thinking I'd killed someone, I forgot all about it.
Alright, I'll grant him that one.
Could someone tighten the screws on his brain? I think they've come loose.
So, Toko, where the heck did you disappear to?
You don't know what you're talking about. I never went in the rec room.
I'm sure she didn't disappear, but maybe she found somewhere to hide.
Hiding in the rec room? Don't be ridiculous. Why are you all ganging up on me? You're all nothing but vermin.
No, it's not ridiculous at all. There's definitely proof that shows Toko was hiding in the rec room. A new element has been added to bullet time battles. Would you like to hear more? Oh, God. Fine. Sorry, probably been pressing the triangle button during your final strike without a second thought. But from now on, you're going to have to pay a little extra attention to your finishing blow. Now you have to choose the proper truth bullet to use during your coup de grace. You'll select the same way as during the non-stop debate, simply pressing the L1 button. Also, like the debate, if your logic difficulty is set to kind, you have fewer bullets to choose from. But for educational purposes, we're going to pretend you're set to mean regardless. Just this once, okay? Also, just a random note. COUP space DE space GRACE coup de grace. I've actually heard, like, legit people on televised shows, live televised shows that air internationally, refer to it as the coup de grace or coup de grace. Just stop. Please. Please. Okay. Oh, by the way, you're about halfway through the game now. Go you! Well then, good luck and have fun. Alright, here we go. I need to focus.
It's a lie! I admit nothing. I hate you. I curse you. No! That's enough! I admit nothing. I curse you. I curse you. It's a lie! That's enough! It's a lie! I admit nothing. I hate you. I curse you.
I lost the tempo!
It's a lie! It's a lie! I admit nothing. I hate you. I curse you. No, no, no! It's enough! I admit nothing. I curse you.
Oh my god!
That's enough!
Locker handprint!
This should prove
Oh
it.
my god! Oh my god! Why am I... It's
Did you
definitely
know
because I
someone
can't
left
hear
a
the
handprint
tempo.
behind on the inside of the locker? They must have been hiding in there and put their hand on the wall without thinking. Does this handprint look familiar, Toko?
No, it doesn't.
Okay then, let's just compare it to your hand, shall we? That'll clear everything up, right?
Stop wasting my time. Just tell us the truth.
Stop wasting my time. Okay.
Okay, it's my handprint.
Dang, she just straight up admitted it.
Then you killed Sakura!
No, I swear, there's no way!
Out with it.
I probably did kill her.
Straight up again.
Wait, what do you mean probably?
Give us the details, Toko. What happened between you and Sakura?
Talk. Now.
After I read Sakura's note, I decided to go there early, so I went into the rec room. I didn't know what she might do if I didn't go, but I was too scared to face her head on, so I figured I'd just sneak in first and hide in the locker.
And did you see what happened? Did you see me hit her?
Yes, and I saw you write my name. I saw you forge her dying message.
Well, that's awkward.
So after he left, I jumped out of the locker and put the magazine back on the shelf.
But when you did, you put it back upside down.
I didn't mean to. I was in a hurry.
Imbeciles, all of you.
Forget all that. Why did you attack Sakura?
After I put the magazine back, I heard a sound behind me like a monster growling. And when I turned around, there was Sakura, covered in blood and staring right at me. When I saw all that blood, I fainted right there in front of the magazines. I don't remember what happened after that. If you want to know more, you'll have to ask her.
Her? You mean...
Guess who's back?
Back again? Genocide Jill's back? Tell a friend?
It was your fault after all.
My fault, Master's fault. When our faults combine, they soar to even greater heights.
Just answer the question. Did you kill Sakura?
Well, to be honest, Miss Morose and me don't actually share our memories, so I can't really say what was going on. But I was just minding my own business, sleeping peacefully when someone shook me awake. Was it a prince paying me a visit? I wondered. So I opened my eyes to see... Splatter everywhere! I was not prepared for that. And, well, I guess it took me by surprise. I got so startled, I smacked her with the first thing I could find, which I guess was a bottle. Sakura was just worried about you, and you're terrible! No, she's terrible! Thanks to her, I murdered someone who wasn't an adorable boy for the first time ever!
And when it was all over, you collected the pieces of the bottle to get rid of the evidence, didn't you?
I wasn't about to die for some woman! If I'm gonna go down, I want it to be for killing Master!
Just go away and die your meaningless death alone. Don't drag me into it.
But I just can't catch a break, you know? Fate's got it out for me. Because normally, Sakura should have been able to dodge my attack, no problem!
Even as strong as she is, she must have still been reeling from Hiro's attack.
Hey, come on. That's... you know... But anyway, I'm not the one that killed Ogre. So that's good.
So that's good. Keep talking like that and Hina's gonna...
Well then, that's that. Let's start vote.
Huh? I thought for sure you'd have some words for a hero on that one.
What's wrong? Come on, everyone. We're ready to vote, right? Let's do this.
No, not quite yet.
Huh? Not yet? Why not yet?
Don't you think there was something odd about Toko's story? I mean, you had to have noticed.
Odd? Huh?
Hiro's attack, and then Toko's, but that still wasn't the end of it.
It wasn't?
Tell us your story one more time. Tell us what happened after you fainted. Then even this gaggle of idiots should understand what I'm talking about.
Your wish is my command, darling.
It's not over yet, is it? The one who killed Sakura is... Okay, let's redeem myself and get some health back.
I was just sleeping peacefully, and all of a sudden, Sakura was right there in front of me. I remember waking up right in front of the magazine shelf.
And you were taken by surprise when you saw Ogre covered in blood. So you smashed her head in with the Monokuma bottle?
You got it! I smashed her good!
And where did the attack take place?
Right where I woke up! I killed her there in front of the shelf!
Main problem here is the second attack from Toko really was the killing blow.
I was
Oh.
just sleeping peacefully.
So, would that be stated in the Monokuma file then? In the room, they suffered more. No. So, the status of the body then seated in a chair, not in front of the magazine, right? Okay, is that one of my. Yes, it is. Okay.
Sakura was right there in front of me. I remember waking up right in front of the
You were taken by surprise, so you smashed her
Because,
head in
yep,
with
she
the
said
Monokuma
she
bottle?
did it right in front of the magazine shelf,
And where did the attack take place?
right where I woke up.
right where she woke up.
I killed her there in front of the shelf.
There we go.
No, that's wrong.
Redemption. Also, the doorbell. Not expecting that.
We found Sakura sitting upright in a chair.
Oh boy, I gotta pause for now. Alright, cool. And back. A whole day later. Okay, yep. Makoto just said that. On to the next thing.
If the blow by the shelf was the cause of death, there's no explanation why she was in that chair.
So, you finally noticed.
That's just another lie from a bloodthirsty serial.
Are you sure you didn't attack her while she was sitting in the chair?
No, I'm sure she's telling the truth. Anyone who saw the murder scene should think the same way.
That has to be it. The evidence that proves there was an attack in front of the magazine shelf. Well, I mean... Yeah. This. That's kind of obvious.
Sakura was definitely attacked in front of the shelf. The blood stain by the magazines is proof of that.
Then she must have moved the body after she killed her, right? All to make it look like I did it. Because when I hit her, she was sitting in the chair.
Hey, come on now, look at me. I can't carry anything heavier than my own scissors.
Okay, that's actually kind of bad if you can't carry anything heavier than those scissors. That's... You might want to see a doctor about that, or start taking some iron supplements. Just saying.
There's no way I could move a muscle-bound heavyweight like that.
Then what's the deal?
Well, are you still convinced the case has come to an end?
But
Plus, the biggest mystery of all, the locked room, still has yet to be explained. Until we take care of that, we can't say this is properly settled.
oh, that part's easy. After she killed Sakura, Toko just hid in the locker again.
So she just hid in there till everyone showed up and opened the door? And while everything was all confused and hectic, she just snuck out of the locker into the group.
No, I don't think that's possible.
The reason there's no way Toko was hiding in the locker is because... I was in the locker myself. But no, I mean, we did see it for ourselves.
I got it! Even before we opened the door to the rec room, Hina and I both got a look. And at that point, the locker was already open. So obviously Toko couldn't have been hiding in there.
Okay then, where was she hiding?
I don't know. What's this whole locked room thing about anyway?
How do you not know? You killed her!
I think the fact that I don't know proves I didn't kill her. Thank you very much. You're lying.
No, she's not. I've been saying all along, there's still more to this case.
But if Genocide Jill didn't do it, that means Ogre didn't die from the shot to the head.
And
Well, I can't imagine what else could have killed her.
that's because you're overlooking vital information.
Could we really be missing something so important? If there's another possible explanation, maybe it's... Alright, Kyoko's examination. Oh my god, that's a lot. But I think I kind of know where this is going. Well, 50% because I already know the case. 50% following the train of logic here.
It wasn't from Genocide Jill's attack. Then what was it?
There's no other possible cause. What killed Sakura? I can't think of anything other than the shot to her head. So you're dead set on blaming me, huh?
I still just like letting it all play out at least once just to hear everything. But Sakura's true cause of death.
What was it that killed
Okay,
her?
well,
It wasn't from
we know
Genocide
it wasn't Genocide Jill's attack like that. That's true.
There's no other possible cause. What killed Sakura?
Wait a minute.
I
Could
can't
this
think
be...
of anything other than the shot to her head.
Oh, that was very wrong. Okay, okay. So then,
Was it that killed Ogre?
Kyoko's examination summary, let me guess, that talks about the whole vomiting of blood thing. And I was just being stupid and jumping to conclusions. No,
Jill's attack? And what was it?
There's no other possible cause. What
oh, the Monokuma file mentions it, doesn't it? Because I'm stupid. Yep, there we go. Okay, it's probably this.
I can't think
I'm not
of
used to presenting the
anything other
Monokuma
than the
file.
No, that's wrong.
Usually that doesn't really come up. That's just like a reference you go back to.
According to the Monokuma file, Sakura had vomited blood.
Now that I think about it, I think the Monokuma file actually has been presented at least once in every trial to date. Or maybe I'm misremembering. I don't know, my memory's kind of bad right now.
I think we can assume there's a chance this was related to her cause of death. In fact, there was even a trace of blood left around her mouth.
Well, I mean, maybe when she got hit with the bottles, she cut the inside of her mouth.
If that's all it was, the file wouldn't have specified vomited blood. Not to mention, I didn't find any cuts inside her mouth.
You even checked in there? God, you really are into dead bodies!
No, I'm not into dead bodies. What I'm into is solving mysteries.
But if there wasn't a cut or anything, then what made her vomit blood?
Some sort of reaction within her body. Most likely, Sakura was poisoned.
Poison?
That's right. This is the conclusion I've arrived at, and so there can be no mistake.
Oh, well, la-di-da, frickin' pompous a-hole.
You're making me go all weak in the knees!
That's a face.
She was poisoned? It isn't possible!
Is it really so hard to believe? Then let me explain exactly how the culprit was able to poison her.
You can explain it?
Of course, if you don't mind.
Everyone quiet! Shut up and listen to Master!
But you're the only one talking.
The key to unlocking this mystery was hiding in the chem lab up on the 4th floor.
Huh? Not in the rec room? Then I could have found it all along.
You never would have, since you gave up on the search the moment you were barred from the crime scene.
Well, yeah, good point.
There's a big shelving unit in the chem lab that houses a variety of mixtures and chemicals. And that's where I found this.
Is that the poison?
It's not an especially powerful poison, but it'll still kill you if you drink an entire bottle. But the specific properties don't matter. What does matter is where I found it.
Where'd you find it?
The shelf is divided up into 3 sections, A, B, and C. In Section A, dietary supplements. In B, reagents. And in C, a variety of lethal chemicals.
And that's where the poison came from? Section C?
Well, that's the question, isn't it?
The bottle of poison Byakuya just showed us. I'm sure I know where he got it. This a trick question? I mean, it said C. Wait, okay. Can't check the menu. But there was a bottle that was out of place. So technically we should have seen it in Section C, but he got it from Section A because that's where it was stored.
The poison was
Trying to trip me up with that
Section
one.
A, wasn't it?
Huh? You just said that Section A was for supplements or whatever.
Strange, isn't it? Why would there be a bottle of poison mixed in with all those nutritional additives?
Yeah, so? Why?
Because the culprit switched it out. That's why.
What do you mean?
I mean, this.
I couldn't believe my eyes. Byakuya put the bottle of poison to his lips, and
Master!
we were so shocked at what we were seeing, all we could do was stand there and watch. But as if it were the most natural thing in the world, Byakuya was as calm as ever.
Ugh, that tastes awful.
Oh no! Master's in real trouble! You have to drink some water! You can't just swallow powder! It'll stick to your throat!
I like how that's what she's worried about. The fact that he'll just get cotton mouth from drinking powder, not the fact that it was poison. But okay, cool, priorities.
Idiot! He just swallowed poison! We need to make him spit it out!
The flavor certainly makes me want to spit it out. What's so high quality about this stuff?
Huh? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the protein, of course.
Protein?
Can I see that bottle for a second?
Sure. Do whatever you like.
Kyoko took the bottle from Byakuya and scraped out a bit of the contents with one finger. She touched her finger to her tongue.
It's protein powder.
Correct. That wasn't poisonous protein powder. Which makes one wonder, the poison that should have been in that bottle, where did it go?
The bottle of poison was actually filled with protein powder, which would mean that conversely, the poison must have been in... Could it be? Oh my god, okay, another Hangman's Gambit. Alright, so... What? Okay, I think they wanted to spell out protein drink. Had to think for a second on that one. Oh my god, how do you spell protein? Holy crap, this... Alright, there we go. I'm so glad they already had the I right there, because I probably would have screwed that up. Come on, give me an R. They are not playing around with... Oh my god. Hangman's Gambit isn't even supposed to be hard in this game. Holy crap, I might actually have to start doing concentrate.
Now I understand. The poison must have been poured into the protein can. If the protein's in the poison bottle, it seems only logical to assume the reverse is true, right?
Absolutely. The contents of each container were switched. So the protein was in the bottle of poison, and the poison was in the protein can. Once you accept that, it becomes obvious how the culprit was able to get Sakura to drink the poison.
Holy crap!
All they had to do was hand her something there at the scene, and she was happy to drink the poison herself.
Something at the scene? Well, I mean, there was nothing in the monochrome bottle, and why would it be a cup of water? No, it had to be a protein drink.
I got it! You're saying they gave her a protein drink, right?
A protein drink which actually contained a deadly poison.
What?
That's all it took to kill Sakura. That is the true cause of death.
You know, I do remember Ogre saying that protein stuff was good for all kinds of aches and pains. So maybe she took it to try and help with the whole bleeding head wound thing.
But what was offered to her instead was a bottle full of poison. And I already know exactly who swapped the mixtures.
For real? Who was it?
Evidence revealing who replaced the two materials was left in the chem lab for anyone to see.
The evidence that shows who switched them. It has to be. Well, I mean... this right here. Footprints in the sand are being powder.
The footprints left behind in front of the shelf. That's the evidence you're talking about, isn't it?
I visited the chem lab this morning, and there were definitely no footprints there at that point.
Nor would there probably have been powder on the ground. You know, you might want to specify that too.
They must have appeared around the time of the murder, which leaves no doubt that they're connected. What's more, the footprints were in front of Section A, where I found the bottle meant for the poison. The culprit must have gone to Section A to swap the poison and protein, leaving their footprints behind. And given how clear the prints were, figuring out who they belong to will pose no problem. All we have to do is check everyone's footprints right now. Then we'll see who...
It was me.
Gasp!
The footprints. They're mine.
Hina?
If you're all gonna find out anyway, I'd rather you hear it straight from me, you know?
Then, Ogre's killer was...
Yep. I did it. I killed Sakura.
Just as I suspected. The footprints were made by a pair of sneakers. There was no mistaking it. And the only people here who wear sneakers are...
Sneakers, huh? The only people wearing sneakers here are... Okay, well... Leon's kind of dead right now, but I'm sure he did, but he's not here. And Byakuya, I mean, we can't check right now, but I mean, he probably... I mean, he wouldn't have... I don't know. Like, you can use process of elimination here and just assume it's not Byakuya. Plus, he's not the type to wear sneakers. He's all about, his suits and junk. Pretentious a-hole. But no. Hina.
I got it! Me and Hina are the only ones. Oh, so Byakuya. That explains why you...
These footprints must be... Makoto, are they yours? No! Okay, then let me see your shoes and I'll confirm their size for myself.
If the footprints didn't belong to Makoto, that left only one other possibility. Plus, Hina's been acting strange ever since the trial began. You were in an awful rush to get to the vote, weren't you? This whole time, you've been focused on pinning the crime on someone else, haven't you?
I can't believe it.
What about it can't you believe?
Well, it's just... the two of them were so close.
That's likely exactly why it turned out this way. Because they were so close, Sakura didn't think twice about it when Hina handed her the concoction. Hina used that trust to kill her. She deceived the victim, and she tried to deceive all of us. I have to say, Hina, coming from you, this was a particularly nasty little scheme.
Hina, is it true? Did you really kill Sakura? And if you did, why? Why would you do that?
I found her. There in the rec room. She was hurt. She asked me to bring her that protein drink. But when I went to get the powder from the chem lab, it just occurred to me all of a sudden.
Now's my chance to kill her. That's what you thought, right? That's when you switched out the protein powder, and that's when you gave her the poisoned mixture.
And then she downed it all at once. And then...
Hold it!
Nah, doesn't bear the same, emotional credence as when Phoenix Wright yells it. I give that a 4 out of 10 there, Kyoko. That was a 4 out of 10. Try a little harder next time.
I'm not convinced.
You're not about to claim she wouldn't kill a close friend, are you? You still don't get it, do you? The game we're playing here isn't so kind. Honeyed words like friendship don't matter here. What matters is outwitting the opponent, defeating them. Not a person alive would sacrifice themselves for another. In the end, we're all in it for ourselves. Just like how this girl sacrificed Sakura to save herself.
You say that, but I'm still not convinced.
How many times do you plan to repeat yourself?
Don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying it because of some misguided sentimentalism. But there's still that one unsolved mystery, and I'm not convinced.
Are you talking about the locked room problem?
Hina, if you really are the killer, explain it. How did you create that locked room?
Well, that doesn't matter. Just because I'm guilty, that means I have to tell you everything?
No, it doesn't. But the fact that you won't tell us concerns me.
Surely you're not... Do you honestly think Hina didn't actually kill her?
And if I do?
Impossible. She switched out the mixtures. She's the culprit. There's no way you can doubt this.
Are you sure about that? Even ignoring the fact that I don't want to believe it, it just doesn't fit.
What doesn't fit?
I mean, why would someone leave such a clear clue like a footprint? It's too obvious, too easy.
He's right. It makes it look like you wanted people to suspect you.
I was just nervous. So, I didn't notice I'd left a footprint.
You didn't notice?
Yeah, that's just how it was. What can I do?
Listen, Hina. Could you go into a bit more detail? Tell us more about when you switched the poison and the protein.
How come? That doesn't matter.
Hina, please, I'd like to know too.
Fine.
I like how she agrees the moment Makoto asks her.
Waste your time if you like. It's clear that Hina is the culprit. There's nobody else to suspect. Nobody else could have possibly done it.
Go ahead, Hina. Start from the moment you arrived at the chem lab.
Well, right away I went to Section C and got the poison.
And is that when you spilled the powder in front of that part of the shelf?
Yeah. When I opened the bottle, I dropped it like an idiot.
I see. Okay then, go on.
So then I moved to Section A and got the protein powder, and that's where I switched them. Once I was done with that, I took the protein can that had the poison in it and left the room. But I accidentally put the bottle filled with protein powder back on the wrong shelf. And because of that, everything I did got found out. And that's it.
That story you just told. First you went to Section C to get the poison. Then moved to Section A to get the protein, right? Meaning you went from Section C to Section A. Do I have that correct?
Yeah.
But if that's true, isn't that a little strange?
Can you repeat that series of events one more time?
What's wrong? You're being awfully pushy.
It's the same thing no matter how many times you hear it. How long until you're satisfied?
How long? Until we figure it out. Until I uncover the full truth of this case. Okay, wait, I want to check out some of these real quick. Footprints of the powder. They only appeared on the leftmost section of the shelf. Broken bottle, labeled Chem C4. Powder on the floor is assumed to have come from this. According to Byakuya, the powder had to have been spilled after the incident took place. Okay. Alright.
First I went to Section C. That's when I grabbed the poison.
And you spilled some of the powder on the ground in front of the shelf.
Yeah. When I grabbed the bottle, I dropped it.
Okay, and then?
I moved from Section C to Section A. And that's where I switched the powders. Once I was done switching them, I put the bottle filled with the protein powder back in Section A. Then I took the bottle with the poison in it and left the chem lab. That's all there is to it.
Honestly, that's enough. How much longer must we tolerate this?
I'm sure there's something strange here. What Hina just told us, it definitely contradicts something I already know. And that's where the footprints were located. She said, no, like she dropped the powder, then was moving like back and forth. But that doesn't really make much sense as to where we found the footprints.
No, it's wrong. You said you went to get the poison from Section C, and that's where you spilled the powder, right?
Yeah? What about it?
And after that, you said you moved from Section C to Section A to get the protein. But the footprints left at the scene were not moving from Section C to Section A. That contradicts what you just said.
Then maybe she moved in some weird direction on purpose to disguise her movements?
No, that can't be it. Remember what Hina just said?
I was just nervous, so I didn't notice I'd left a footprint.
What the? Hina, what's the meaning of this?
Well...
You lied to us. Plain and simple. If you look at the footprints, your movements in the chem lab are obvious. The powder had already been spilled when you came in, and you went straight to Section A. So you never went to Section C. Whatever you did there, it only involved Section A.
Well, you see...
What the hell? What's going on here?
And the footprints aren't the only problem with her account. Before I explain that part, I'd like to submit some new evidence.
Oh, alright, Miles Edgeworth. Okay, well, what new evidence is this? Did you submit it to the court record?
New evidence? Impossible, there can't be.
Also, his voice actor is putting in, like, double time with this performance. He was all, like all cool, calm, and collected, and a bit of a punk for the entirety of the game, and now he's bringing out the emotion. I wonder why. Also, excuse me, gotta pull something out of the oven. You never really appreciate the warmth of a hot oven until it's, like, freaking cold in every other part of the house, and there's, like, an inch of snow outside. But alright, let's go.
Are you sure? After all, you're the one that gave it to me.
Huh.
I did?
It was hidden inside the bottle of poison you gave me. I'm amazed you, of all people, would miss such a vital clue. A truly grave oversight.
Just say it already! What is it you think you found?
I found this.
Huh? A piece of glass?
It had sunk to the bottom of the bottle. And the hidden clue was exposed, thanks to you ingesting the powder. I couldn't have solved without you. So, thank you for that.
But, what is it?
Oh, you still don't realize? Well then. Makoto, why don't you explain it?
Huh? Me?
Fine. If you really do know, explain the meaning of that shard of glass.
The shard of light blue glass Kyoko found in the bottle of poison. Okay, well, we know that the bottle of poison itself is brown, and so are the Monokuma bottles, so by process of elimination, it has to be from the window.
I got it! It's part of the window from the rec room door, right?
The window?
The window we broke to get in was light blue, just like that. So I think that must be it.
You're right. It must be. Of course, to another question. How did a shard of glass from the window get inside this bottle of poison?
What's so strange about that?
What's strange is that, according to what Hina told us,
Where was it the bottle of poison should have been when I broke the rec room window? According to what Hina told us, the bottle should have been on Section A.
The bottle of poison was left on the shelf in the chem lab. That is what you said, right, Hina? And yet, somehow a piece of glass from the rec room window made its way into the bottle.
Everything Hina told us was a lie?
In reality, that bottle of poison most definitely found its way to the rec room. It was there at least until the window got broken. In other words, when the locked room was unlocked. There's no other way to explain the presence of that glass in that bottle.
And then, once the room was opened, the bottle somehow got moved back to the shelf in the chem lab. Meanwhile, the protein can we found at the crime scene was planted there. That had to be after the locked room was opened. In other words, after Sakura died.
Wait, hold on. You're moving too fast. I'll grant you, the bottle of poison may well have been in the rec room when it was locked. But how can you say the protein can was put there after the room was unlocked? We already know she was given the protein can with the poison inside, right? If that can wasn't there when she died, how did she get poisoned?
You're right. We do need to explain that. But before we do, there's something I'd like to confirm with everyone here.
Huh?
It has to do with the protein can. After Sakura's body was discovered, did anyone move it or trip over it or anything like that?
What are you talking about? Is this some kind of loaded question?
Not at all. Just answer to the best of your ability.
Well, no, not that I remember.
Yeah, me either.
Not me.
Same here.
Yeah, me either.
Okay then, that settles it. That proves that the protein can found its way to the murder scene after the room was opened.
Oh, come on! How can you say that? How can you know what I don't know?
The reason she can say that is because there's evidence. There's proof that someone brought the protein can to the rec room after it was opened. And this one's fairly simple. Yeah, well, to me at least. I mean, you gotta pay attention to the details of the truth bullets here.
When it comes to that protein can, there's not a doubt in my mind. Until the locked room was unlocked,
Ooh, crap.
absolutely
Sorry.
was not in there.
So you're saying someone planted it there after we got the door open?
No. No, that's impossible! It had to have been in there the whole time! It had to be! It was in there before the rec room was unlocked!
Not likely, because it was on top of the glass. I probably should have waited to hear Makoto's little spiel after that, but
Remember how there was broken glass scattered all around the room, right?
the time limit was actually, like, way shorter than usual for that one. Plus, we kind of heard, like, the whole entire thing of, you know, that little debate right there. So I figured, you know what, might as well just go ahead and do it.
Of course! It came from the window you broke to get in. What about it?
Well, those pieces weren't just scattered around the protein can. We also found pieces underneath the can.
What?
That Sprite, though.
And this proves it. It shows that the can must have been put down on the floor after the window was broken. So it had to be after we got into the room.
I see. So that's your explanation. Kyoko, earlier when you asked if anyone had moved the can or tripped over it...
If that were the case, that would explain the can being on top of the glass.
So you asked everyone about it to eliminate that possibility right out of the gate.
And that's made everything clear, hasn't it? As long as it was a locked room, it only contained the bottle of poison, and not the protein can. But once the room was opened up, they were switched, and as a result, the protein can wound up in the rec room, and the bottle of poison returned to the chem lab.
If that's all true, then why did Sakura drink the poison? I thought we all agreed she was tricked into drinking it because of the protein can.
No, that's not why. The only explanation is she drank it from its original bottle, knowing exactly what it was.
Precisely. She was alone in a locked room. All she had was the poison. What other possibility is there?
You're saying she drank it knowing what it was?
Such a ridiculous fiction is...
Exactly what happened.
Then tell us already. Sorry. Please, tell us.
Before we get to that, we need to clarify one other thing. We need to establish who exactly got the poison from the chem lab and took it to the rec room.
It was Hina, right? She took it and gave it to Ogre.
What do you think, Makoto?
The one who got the poison from the chem lab and brought it to the rec room, it had to have been Hiro all along, but no. There's only one possibility, and that's Sakura.
I think it was Sakura herself.
Huh? So Sakura, who was apparently murdered, just poisoned herself? What are you talking about? There's no way!
On the contrary, we know for a fact she went to the chem lab, right to the section full of poisons.
You're lying! Stop lying! Why? Why would you lie like that?
No, it's not a lie. Sakura definitely went to Section C. I have to get Hina to admit that. Okay, excuse me for this one. I'm not going to screw this up. Standing up.
You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! Just let it end already! You're a liar! Wrong! You're wrong! I hate you! You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! Just let it end already! You're a liar! Wrong! You're wrong! I hate you! You're a liar! I'm telling you, I did it! I hate you!
Yo, I beasted that.
Proof
Wait, what?
Sakura took the poison?
Is it yellow powder? Ah, crap.
I hate you! You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! Just let it end already!
I think it's yellow powder.
Do you have any kind of proof, Sakura?
This should prove
That
it.
because we found that on her foot. We found the yellow powder on Sakura's foot. That means something had to have been spilled on there. And okay, cool, yeah.
Did you know that Sakura's foot had a certain yellow powder stuck to it?
Had to get close to the TV to that one so I could hear the tempo. Whew! I kind of did well, but then Nega time happened, and as I was sitting down, so yeah, that kind of screwed me over a little. But whatever. At least that went a lot better than the other two.
It did?
It did. The same yellow powder that had been spilled by the shelf in the chem lab. That powder was yellow, wasn't it? So the powder we found on Sakura, what else could it be but the powder from the chem lab?
Wait. So what was that powder doing on her foot?
And it was only on her instep, right?
Sakura must have been standing right there where the powder was spilled. So the person who spilled the powder by the shelf wasn't Hina, but Sakura. And when Sakura dropped the bottle, she dropped it away from where she was actually standing, which is how she was able to avoid getting it all over herself. But the powder still got scattered around, and some of it must have wound up on her instep. Is there any problem with my thinking?
But why did Sakura pay a visit to Section C in the first place? The only explanation is that she was looking for poison. After all, that's all that section contained.
No! It was me! The poison! Because I killed her!
No, you didn't kill her.
The one that killed Sakura. The connection between Sakura and the poison. The unsolved mystery of the locked room. There's only one way to explain it. So, who killed Sakura? Perhaps it was Sakura herself.
Here's my answer. The one who killed Sakura was Sakura herself.
What? The killer was Sakura?
Wait, so you're saying it was suicide?
I don't believe it. I don't believe it any more than I believe I can fly.
I can't believe it either. Or rather, I don't want to believe it. But when you really think about it, everything matches up.
Not gonna lie, when I first did this trial, I was like dead set on it somehow being Byakuya. Because they were kind of going through like the whole list of people. Like first you're suspecting Hiro, then you're suspecting Toko, then you're suspecting Hina, and then seeing Byakuya get all worked up. I was like, first time through this, I was like, yeah, we're finally gonna get him on something. Then it's like, ah crap, she did commit suicide, didn't she? Dang.
Sakura went and got the poison. She barricaded herself in a room, and she drank it. All so she could end her own life. And that explains why we couldn't solve the mystery of the locked room.
Because, of course, Sakura wanted to create the locked room. God, how I wish this were true. But yeah, she didn't want anyone to stop her.
The locked room mystery was created by Sakura.
I'm sure she locked herself in so nobody could stop her from doing what she did. She sat there, drank the poison, and breathed her last breath. And the empty bottle of poison rolled around the locked room until we came and opened it. At that point, someone grabbed the bottle and snuck it out of the room. And that was you, wasn't it, Hina? You did it to throw off the investigation, didn't you? When we found her body, you stayed right there near the door. Because you already knew Sakura was dead. And because the bottle of poison had rolled near the doorway.
That's when you picked up the bottle, right? I was too shocked to notice anything, and Kyoko was busy checking the body.
And the more I think about it, the more I realize how unusual your actions were.
I have to go get them. I have to go get the others. On shaky legs, Hina left the rec room.
You said you were going to go get everyone else. But your real intention was to go to the chem lab and switch out the containers, wasn't it? Once you were at the chem lab, you headed straight to the section where the protein powder was kept. There, you took the powder and poured it into the bottle of poison you'd grabbed from the rec room. When you left the lab, all you had was the empty protein can. Thinking about it like that, the footprints make perfect sense.
When you were done, you gathered everyone together. And once you were back in the rec room...
I got everyone. Ooh, ogre. Oh, so she's dead, huh? Sakura's been killed, I see.
While everyone else was focused on Sakura, you quietly placed the can on the ground. Honestly, you should have noticed. You should have been the first one to run up to Sakura's lifeless body. The Hina I know never would have left her side in a situation like that.
So, Sakura committed suicide. In order to hide this fact, Hina undertook a series of actions to undermine the investigation. As long as you could disguise the truth, you didn't care if we blamed you for her death. That's why you didn't bother to get rid of such obvious evidence, right? The footprints in the powder and the bottle of poison? Vital pieces of evidence, and yet...
So you're saying Hina consciously deceived us to make it look like she killed Sakura?
No! No! No, 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 no! I killed her! I did it!
That's enough, Hina. It's over.
It's not! Nothing's over!
It is. Actually, no. You're right. We have to end this properly.
Yeah, with a comic. Okay. So, Act 1. I'm going to leave a note for everybody. Oh, whoa, what's this? Is this like a prescription for medical marijuana? Oh, this is not good literature. Oh, noes. And then, well, there was somebody else that received a note too, and it was, in fact, what's with that smirk? I don't like that smirk. Screw you. Alright, so, Act 2. Oh no, I must look around. What is going on? I'm here in the rec room. Toko got to the rec room early and hid somewhere. Yes, she hid in the closet. I mean the locker. Right there. Okay, so I'm going to look out and see what's going on. Oh no, there she is. There's Sakura. Act 3. I love that pose. The arm behind the chair. Yo, just chilling. Would you like a piece of candy? Oh yeah, sure, I'll take it. Like, oh no, wait, she must be trying to kill me. I will grab chess. And then, boom, her back is turned to me. Break bottles. And then, what was in my bottle that Hiro hit Sakura with? I really hope you're not looking for the specific chess piece. Okay, well, I guess they are. Is that Princess Pickles? Why am I busy trying to look at that? Okay, I'm just making sure no other, like, chess piece thing. But how do I... It could be either or. Well, I guess we want to assume that the bottle Toko hit her with, she saw the piece and ran off with it, which is why we didn't see that one. Because why would she pick up Hiro's piece? I'm gonna assume it's the knight. Well, yeah, they do kind of have it centered right there. Okay. So, yeah. Bleeding. Oh, no. What have I done? Magazine. I will leave a note here that says Toko. And now I'm going to get the hell up out of Dodge. Wait a minute. I saw what strokes he was making with his finger. At that point, Toko, who was in the locker, she got out. These are too dang similar. I don't know. Because she's sweaty, but... She's sweaty there, too. Okay, well, I guess she wants to be cautious, make sure Hiro's not there. Alright, so, yeah, put the magazine back. What did she do with the magazine that had the dying message written on it? Oh, but no, she just did it right there. Okay, wait a minute. No, yeah, that's her right there reading it. Oh, it was upside down. Okay, yeah, that's right. And then I'm waking up. Oh, my head hurts. What's this? Blood. Oh no, La Faint. Oh no, La Genocide. Oh no, La Self-Defense by grabbing a Monokuma bottle. And then, oh, you can even see the little queen topper right there too. Okay, cool. So yeah, popping bottles. There we go. Haha, bloodlust. And then, what was this? Oh, okay, yes, sweeping up the pieces. Oh, and I guess I could have used the context clue right there too. And then, bam, doing the old Looney Tunes run up out of there. Act 5. Oh no, my head hurts even more. And then, what actually killed Sakura came from the chem lab, right? I guess she pulled the poison out of her pocket, was looking up at the light, and then downed it all. Act 6. Oh no, the locked room. Oh no, we see Sakura in there. What will we do? Boom, break in. Sakura is dead. And then somebody is looking all suspicious like. They notice the bottle. And then there was something on the floor near Sakura's body which someone grabbed. Okay, wait. No. We're gonna switch these around. Because Sakura's hands were bloody. But no blood was found on her fingertips. Oversight. Let's just put that there. And And then this is the look of somebody sneaking a bottle away and just sneaking on out. Oh, everybody's here. We're looking at the body. Oh no, what is going on? And then, what was it? They switched with the bottle of poison on the rec room floor? There we go. Yep, Chem A2. Then just set it down. Alright, we're good.
Here's exactly what happened.
I swear to God, if they try to get me on
This
the
case
Toko
began when
things, I'm
Sakura
gonna be
asked
so
a number of
salty.
people to meet her in the rec room. Specifically, those people were Hiro, Toko, and Byakuya. But one of them headed out a bit earlier than the others, Toko. She got there one step ahead of everyone else and looked around for a good hiding spot. And she found it. She crawled into the locker to get out of sight.
Okay, well, at least I'm right on the only set I was really unsure of, so cool. We're in the clear.
Then, from inside the locker, she saw Sakura enter the room. Next to arrive was Hiro. When he got there, he mistakenly thought Sakura was going to try to kill him, so he panicked. Without thinking, he grabbed a nearby Monokuma bottle and attacked Sakura with it. Thinking he'd killed her, he hastily began covering up his crime. He took a magazine from the table and forged a dying message from Sakura. To that end, he wrote down a name. Toko. By writing her name, he was hoping to pin the murder on her. But of course, Toko had witnessed the whole thing. So as soon as the coast was clear, she jumped out of the locker and hid the magazine on the shelf with all the others. But in her rush, she made one little mistake. She put the magazine back upside down. Soon after, she watched as Sakura slowly opened her eyes. She also saw the blood dripping off Sakura's head and fainted. This caused her personality to switch back over to Genocide Jack. When she woke back up, her second personality also saw the blood-soaked Sakura, and she freaked out. And just like Hiro, she grabbed another Monokuma bottle and attacked her. This explains why there were 2 wounds on Sakura's head. Assuming Sakura really was dead this time, she set about disposing of the evidence. She gathered up the broken Monokuma bottle shards and the clean chess piece. And that explains how Sakura was attacked twice with the same type of weapon. But even after those 2 blows, she was still alive. So then, what was Sakura's actual cause of death? It was the poison that Sakura herself got from the chem lab. She turned the room into a true locked room scenario, and then drank the deadly mixture. And there, she took her final breath. Later on, the rest of us discovered that her body was in there. We had to smash the door's window to get inside. But someone already knew what had happened, knew that she had committed suicide. And that same someone quietly snatched the bottle of poison from off the ground. And while nobody was looking, replaced it with an empty protein can. They did all this specifically to place all the suspicion on themselves, in an attempt to guide the trial to a false conclusion. And the one who went to all that effort was you, Hina.
I just love the fact that, like, the culprit silhouette still had her cleavage completely visible right there. It was just funny.
That's the full truth of the case. Sakura took her own life. And you claim to be the killer to hide that fact. Isn't that right?
That's what happened? But, Makoto, how did you manage to... How were you able to uncover the truth that even I couldn't discern?
Huh? Oh, well, I mean...
A little thing called Kyoko Kirigiri, just saying.
You still haven't realized? We don't all act according to calculations and cost-benefit diagrams. That's what makes us so complicated. That's what you don't understand. And that's why you couldn't solve this case. See? Didn't I tell you? When you dismiss other people's feelings, it'll always come back to bite you in the end.
I mean, that's not really biting him, but yeah, I earned that C. I earned that C too. Know exactly when those happen. But everything else was pretty good. And there we go. But alright, yeah, 123 mana coins. Oh my god. I was 200 points away from having elite points. I am very upset. That alone just makes this entire trial a failure in my eyes. So yeah, that was the 4th trial. Pretty intense. Also pretty long. But hey, you know, according to the game, we're halfway through the game. We're actually kind of not halfway through the game. We're a little past the halfway point if I were to like really, you know, just calculate everything. Sort of, kind of, maybe. Yeah, that seems about right. But yeah, next time, the fallout of this trial. Thank you all for watching. Have a great day, and see you next time for some more Let's Play Danganronpa, Trigger Happy Havoc. Goodbye.